Yeah, when Dan and Mega were on the show.
Oh, that's funny. Appropriate though.
Yeah,
That was a good episode.
I was wondering when it was going to happen.
Okay,
There we go. We're good.
I'm gonna do my introduce everybody. A very short, hey, how's it going? And then I'm gonna launch into some housekeeping.
Sounds good.
All right.
See, part of me is this is the hard part because I want to do this, but I don't want to do the. This means that the rolling intro is a thing of the past if I do it the way that I want to, very professionally.
The rolling intro where you just start it randomly.
Yeah. What do you think people are gonna do if that goes away?
I don't know. I doubt people will really notice.
People actually listen to our show. I mean, other than Laz.
We actually have decent downloads.
Yeah, it's like I don't want to talk about it because we're on Twitch right now and live, but I'll shoot you a screenshot.
I thought we were doing a bitch. Or I thought we were doing a.
We thought we were doing a bitch.
Yeah, that was a mistake.
It's Friday night, not Saturday night.
I thought we were doing a bit. Sorry.
That's the most middle school way of saying it too.
I'm halfway. Never mind. I was drinking and things happened.
Oh my god.
My wife's also like just shaking her head and giving me dirty looks. So. Yep.
So the usual.
Hey Joe.
Pretty much. Ben says hi, hon.
All right. I can't get over it. That's so funny.
Yeah.
Play games every fucking night, bit.
All right. It feels so silly. It really does.
What feels silly?
Is it?
I
Does
don't
it
know,
ever not?
trying to do like the like real rehearsed thing.
Just try it. Try it out.
Like Lauren and I, we tried to blog. She wanted to start a pregnancy blog, and she could not start it. And I just like picked up the camera, did the intro, and I watched the video the other day, and I was like, oof, glad that stays on my phone.
Got to do it like Robin Williams in Good Morning Vietnam.
That's a good idea.
Oh yeah.
Hello and welcome, Guardians, to Barely a Destiny Show, episode 81, the show where we barely talk about Destiny. This week, I have with me Xanafan711, Slapshot Scott, as usual, and then today, a very special guest from Destiny Ghost Stories. We have Gabble Ratchet. How's everybody doing?
Great. Fantastic.
Doing all
How are
right.
you?
Doing awesome.
Fantastic. Got trimmed up today, looking real fucking sharp.
That's debatable.
All right. Get out of here. The best looking brother is here to take this show on. Today, we've got a couple of things to talk about. A little bit from the TWAB. It's kind of thin words at Bungie this week instead of thick, but that's okay. And then from there, we will get into a little bit of QuakeCon, and then some other stories. I don't want to spoil everything right off the bat. But first, a little bit of housekeeping. Band of the week this week is Back Talk. They are friends of mine, little Akron boys, playing tomorrow at a little festival in Akron.
Porch
called,
Rocker.
Porch Rocker. It's like 130 bands over like 6 or 7 hours and a bunch of porches all around the small area of the city.
Ah, dude,
Pretty
they do that in
fucking
my
sweet.
sister's neighborhood in Boston too. It's pretty awesome.
Well, this is the coolest part is that Akron, like we've got a pretty decent sized scene of friends that all play and have bands, and one of the guys from that group got into the staff basically booking this thing, so he made sure that we're not playing
Nice.
over top of each other.
Hell
It's
yeah.
every hour is another one from our little group, so
That's awesome.
I mean, it's gonna be throwing 40s into a freaking Polar Pop styrofoam cup, walking around, drinking, playing music. Just a crowd of my friends migrating from porch to porch all day.
Hell
I
yeah.
cannot wait.
So if we hear about a riot,
Oh, we are too mellow to riot, man. Leave the riots to the young kids, like these guys in Back Talk. Young guys, they're out here, they're thrashing around, they're fucking great. Good friends of mine. Backtalkmusic.bandcamp.com. But if you want to buy it, here's the thing. go to smallmammal.bandcamp.com. Okay, that is their record label. So
Also,
if you go to
local
their own
record label.
Bandcamp, yeah, Small Mammal is doing big things in the area. They've really helped get the basement bands out of the basement. So
Hell yeah.
definitely throw Small Mammal some dollars. I know all the people that have records out on that record label. Really great stuff. And if you want to send us great stuff, email us, send it to barelydestinyshow@gmail.com, or find us on Twitter @barelyads, where you can join our Discord, because pinned to the top of our Twitter is me talking about the latest episode, and now a link to barelyads.com, not Discord anymore, because just go to the fucking website and there's a button to join Discord or a button to join the clan. Lastly, send us some iTunes reviews, because it helps make this show go more smoothly.
Indeed.
Now, guys, got a couple of things today, so let's get right into it. Gavel's here.
Indeed.
This is true.
Senior Ratchet himself, as I like to call him.
Much less inebriated than last time.
Yes.
So normally for new guests, we would do an interview, but you can go listen to that on Lit Lore. It's in the same feed.
You should go
Indeed.
listen to that in Lit Lore. That was
If you want to know
hilarious.
more about X-Ray and Gavel, it was a great talk.
Yeah. It was
I
good times.
remember about 30% of it. I
So you
I
get
listened
the
to it after the
truest
fact, and I
answers.
was like, oh my god.
That's how you know it's good.
Answers.
It's fine. That's what I signed up for, and so I went for it because that's what you do.
Yeah.
Pro.
You're not gonna half-ass that.
But you have a podcast. It's a podcast that actually, that's how Scott and I met, was
It
in
is.
your Slack chat.
Oh, nice. Okay.
So
I probably knew that. Actually.
Without DGS, this wouldn't be here. But
Oh.
regardless, DGS known far and wide. You guys got a Bungie spotlight at one point,
We did,
and
which
you were
made
basically
things insane.
telling the lore stories. Yeah, you guys, I kind of skyrocketed up there. I remember hearing you guys like earlier episodes being like, "Oh yeah, it's crazy. We got like 100 downloads," and then later you're like, "Holy shit, we got like 100,000 downloads." So
It did just
But-
kind of happen. Yeah.
So, for people that don't know, you guys were kind of on a hiatus for a while, and then you recently released a new episode with kind of a new
Yeah.
direction for DGS.
So, yeah, I think we haven't been super quiet about the fact that we don't like the direction that the story taking took in Destiny 2. And there are a lot of things that we feel like basically the way lore is produced and presented and the way story is presented in Destiny 2 doesn't really support the kind of show that we made. What could we possibly talk about from Destiny 2 on a 4-hour long podcast?
Not a lot.
It's not, that depth isn't there. So we took a pretty long hiatus. We talked about it on that episode, but I mean, Drop Slash moved twice. I moved once. I'm moving next week.
Oh wow.
You guys are mobile.
Yeah. So I mean, we've just had kind of a crazy time, but basically we've spent a lot of time planning and talking and figuring out what we want to do, and so we've resigned ourselves to the fact that we're always gonna have something to do with Destiny. We're always gonna talk at least. First of all, like since Warmind, like I've started playing a lot, started raiding a bunch more, and
Oh, yeah.
I think
Hey.
as a video game, Destiny 2 is in the best place it's ever been in, and it appears that it's going to be even better here when Forsaken comes out. So I'm super into it. Drop is still kind of not at all interested, but we recognize that we're always going to have that connection to Destiny. So we're probably going to do, well, I hope we're going to do a Forsaken pre-release show for Forsaken, and then if there's really good stuff there, and we've been told that there's some really good stuff there, so maybe it'll be worth diving into, and we'll see. Until then, or if that doesn't happen, we're basically going to sort of take our format and try applying it to different things, whether they be TV shows, movies, books, whatever kind of cool media we're interested in, and just make a show out of it.
I thoroughly enjoyed the newest episode. You guys got a lot of talking about other games and games that you guys like.
Yeah.
For instance, you were talking about God of War, and I thoroughly enjoyed that game. And it's just cool to hear those takes on other games from people that you kind of identify with. You know, being that we all play Destiny, you're like, oh, cool.
Oh no, Ben froze.
It definitely.
That you like the games that I like because we're both head over heels, or at some point we're head over heels for this game.
Yeah, for sure, and yeah, God of War was awesome. I still need to go back and finish it.
New Game Plus is out now.
Is that coming?
Or I think it's either out now or it's coming soon.
Yeah,
if
it's coming
wants
soon.
to fact check that in the chat.
I need to call our dad, and tell him to send that with our mom when she comes to visit next weekend.
What?
For
God
those-
of War?
Yeah.
Yeah, bullshit. I'm about to play that game. You're not taking my copy of
Well,
God of War.
play it again, and then
Go buy it.
I
You
might-
should own that game. That's a game that you want to have.
All right, maybe
because
I'll
10
buy
years from now, you're going to want to pull your old dusty PS4 out and play God of War. It's a fucking fantastic game.
Also, I feel like it's worth mentioning that for our audio listeners, Gabble actually looks like Kratos. It's his game. He's the
That's
one.
a thing that I've heard.
It's Gabble of War. That's what
Yes.
GOW stands for.
Gabble of War.
Yeah. My Twitter avatar might be me with Kratos. No, that's only in Discord, isn't it?
It is the
I
Discord
think
one.
so.
Twitter
Yeah.
one's just me. Okay, yeah, Kratos with sunglasses.
It's great.
I'm a big fan. Here's an idea for you. The game show. That's what DGS stands for.
That's true. So we did request that everyone tweet us a variety of things after last episode, and we got some pretty funny responses. Not enough banana hammocks.
I
got
sent one.
Yeah, we got maybe like it was less than 10. It was maybe like 7 or 8. But I thought we were gonna get more banana hammocks, and I was sad about it.
I definitely tweeted one and tagged Drop Slash in it because he said he was looking for something that Google search story. I was like, I think I have the same search history as you now, Drop.
Yeah, I think Disc Gabble Shoe. You know, in case you lose your shoe, that could be the name of the show, DGS. Anyway. So, is how often can we expect DGS now?
We're hoping for every other week.
Okay.
Oh,
I like
Oh, that's pretty good.
Yeah.
But me moving next week might screw that up. So
That's understandable.
Yeah, I want to say that I missed out on at least 2 weeks of the show when I moved a couple months back because it was just fucking stacks of boxes and I had no place to set things up. So and actually it's funny too. I think Quack and I were talking about this at one point because he just recently moved. I make him Quack, former guest of the show.
It's true.
Anyways,
total dickhead. Made him sleep on a floor. True story. True story. Made him sleep on a wood floor. Anyway.
Is that where the dungeon stories from Con come from?
That's sort of where it started. Yeah.
Oh man! For anybody who's not familiar, there's a bunch. I came from the DGS Slack, like Ben said. That's how Ben and I met. I still spend a decent amount of time in there, not so much recently because work's been kicking my ass. But I mean, there's a handful of memes that go around in there, and that's one of them. So, but yeah, Quack and I were talking about that. How just moving it sucks because you pack everything up and you pack it in the truck. You're feeling pretty good, and then you get to the new place and you're like,
I'm already tired. And
I have
got all
to
these
take
boxes
everything
in the
out.
house,
Yeah, and now
I'm
I have to
sleep.
unpack the boxes.
Well, yeah, and so I live in Houston, Texas. It's like I think today it was 99 and felt like 111 or something. Like, why am I moving?
Oh my god.
Whatever.
That's rough, man.
Just poor planning. It's fine.
Well-
We actually, when we moved, we had a bunch of rain and shit, and I think the driveway we were moving out of was downhill, so of course the fucking rain falls off the truck into the like on the deck of the truck and then starts rolling back. So my brother and I, my brother saved my ass that day. He took half a day from work and he's helping me. So we're like trying to stack up towels and shit at the end of the truck to make sure none of our stuff gets wet. And then we fucking get there, and of course there's like 3 or 4 boxes that got absolutely soaked that were in the nose because apparently the nose of this truck was leaking. So it was awesome.
Perfect.
Well, there's nothing like trying to move a mattress in a truck in the rain, which sucks. But what doesn't suck is the thin words about Bungie this week. Guys, Gavel, thank you for coming on.
Anytime.
It sounds like we're trying to get rid of you. We're getting into the words now. We're getting into the words that Bungie writes. Here's the highlights, fam. Let's get lit. Gambit has a Valor system, much like Glory or whatever. It's not like Glory. It's like the other one. It's Valor. So yeah, that's it. That's all there is on that. Here are some changes to Glory ranks. So there's a couple of them that are not so important, like losses in the competitive playlist no longer reset your Valor win streak. Yeah, okay, whatever. Radar has been re-enabled during competitive gameplay. That's really what I wanted to pull.
Thank fucking God for that.
How do you guys feel about that?
I'm so excited. Oh my God.
I feel great for Radar. That means I can go back to baiting people with Radar and tossing fucking grenades into a room and watching people get fucking wrecked.
Yeah. I'm excited for that. Definitely the subtraction of Radar kept me out of competitive.
Yeah,
I kept thinking of Regiex's Claymore, and then I didn't want to go.
Right. I just played a little survival last night, and it was like it was PvP League against Laz, Geardad, Brisbear, and Burning Wing, and my team kept killing them before I could find anybody. I was like, where? I was just running circles around the map, and I couldn't find anybody because of the no radar. It was ridiculous.
That's the worst part about competitive with no radar is like sometimes you'll spawn in and you're just like, all right, I've got a super. It's coming down to the wire. Like, I know there's a firefight going on. I need to find it. And you have to rely on the audio cues. And I think it's been talked about before. Destiny with the audio cues, it's not necessarily like some of the other games where you can listen. You know, it's like, oh, I hear it in my right headphone. I should go to the right, head off like about 3 o'clock on the map, or like, 1 o'clock on the radar or whatever it is. And you just can't find anything because there's no fucking radar.
Lost streaks have been removed from the competitive playlist.
Ooh.
So whatever.
Thank God about that too.
Much more confusing to me is control and clash modes have been added to the competitive playlist.
What?
Yeah, that's weird. And it made it seem kind of like they're going to be like variations to them.
Yeah, what?
Didn't it?
Right.
There was a tweet where they said competitive variants of Clash and Control.
Huh.
But I mean, does that just mean it's going to be 4v4?
It might be it might just be 4v4.
Maybe. Or maybe it's like control elimination or something like that. Or maybe Clash ends up being like elimination. Kill off the players and they don't get to come back once they're dead. And it's like maybe they're turning Clash into elimination, but it's competitive,
Yeah. I don't know. I don't know why they're adding that into their is it literally Clash?
I don't know.
And literally control, or is it like that weird zone control competitive mode that you played?
That
Steve?
one's called Lockdown.
Yeah, but that I would consider that a control mode.
Yeah, I mean it's got control zones.
So who knows? Maybe the Clash thing is like what we're gonna be getting with Crucible Labs. Scott, are you fucking ready for this?
Ooh.
I have my hopes way up. You guys hyped this and you wouldn't tell me what it is. I have my hopes way up.
Just quote the
right.
tweet or how it says it exactly.
I will.
All right.
Our next Crucible Labs will be the mode Scorched. This mode has a very deep, complex, and serious rule set. You spawn with a Scorch Cannon. Everyone else spawns with a Scorch Cannon. You shoot each other with said Scorch Cannons. Seriously, that's it. Our designers were so preoccupied with whether or not we could, we didn't stop to think if we should.
You should.
That
That's
is
awesome.
directly from the TWAB.
Oh,
love it.
that's amazing. They need to have competitive Scorch.
I want my glory to increase from Scorch.
Oh, that's gonna be awesome. I can't wait.
Very
One of
excited about that.
my favorite things to do is just spam Scorch cannons in that public event on Titan where the walker drops down.
Oh God.
There's the arms, the little arms bubble fallen public
just-
events. They're my favorite.
I love that
So
because
this is
it's
gonna
one
be
of those
great.
public events where it's like, can you do the can you make it heroic before the blueberries just ruin it?
Oh,
It's like a mini
dude.
game.
But yeah, but that one's fun to do because you can usually do it. Taking Blight, you can never do it.
Yeah.
Oh, that one's impossible to solo for sure.
Next up, fire teams are staying together. So
Finally.
while doing activities such as
Strikes.
Gambit, and Crucible,
Nice.
if you win or lose or whatever, fire teams staying together. So it means you can keep fighting with the people and maybe
that-
shoot them an invite.
Yeah.
Is that
Make some
by?
friends.
I actually did that last week. I think it was super late. I was playing. I think it was Strikes or something. It was super late. I was trying to reset my clock for work. We were trying to get I was trying to get the grenade kills for the green armor.
Mm-hmm.
I was way behind. And so I was with these other two dudes, and all three of us are doing is just chucking grenades. We're not really firing weapons or anything, chucking grenades. And we kept dying at the boss of the Garden World strike. So one of them sent me a party invite, and I'm like, all right, these guys got to be doing the same thing as me. So, jump in. We started talking, and actually, I think we played a little bit of Iron Banner this week earlier, which is super fun. So
What do you guys
That's
think
good.
about Iron Banner, the new version with the lockout? Like you get 3 lock it
Oh
out.
my god. There was like 2 or 3 matches last night where we fucking mercied a team. And I'm not talking regular mercy. I'm talking it was 125 to like 30. We fucking ruined them.
Mm-hmm.
And then
I-
it flipped and we got the shit kicked out of us.
Yes.
I
love
got
that
to play with
matchmaking.
Munchie today,
Ooh.
and
Oh, nice.
I got a game where I got 4 supers, and my KD was 4.5. I am not that good at Crucible by any means. So if anybody has questioned to whether or not matchmaking is still not working, I don't think it is.
Right.
I played against this poor guy, and I wish I could remember his gamer tag, but I probably shouldn't say it because he was so bad.
He just needs friends. You can help.
I want to
Yeah.
post the video. I saved the video of that match, but at the same time, I don't want to post it because it's me the whole time being like, I'm just farming this guy. He's so bad. I would like be trying to do trick plays on this guy.
Right.
Uh,
Yeah. I have
the
one
one thing I
complaint
will say.
with Banner. I kind of the fire pits kind of look cool, but
Yes!
sometimes it's tough
You
to
can't see through them.
Yeah, you like.
You can't see through them.
I end up
That's
like
the point.
going past the zone a bunch of times.
You got to go through the fire and the forge and the flame.
Indeed.
Well, I mean, the stuff that I had heard, because I haven't played any Iron Banner, is that the whole power play mechanic just seems to be broken.
Oh,
Like,
Oh
it
yeah.
totally tilts matches. If you can
You-
get one power play and start rolling, I want to say we were on a regular basis last night. It was like every 20 or 30, like it would unlock, and then the team would just start to cap another zone, and my team would cap it, and we weren't like coordinated 6 full. We were like, I
Right.
think it was my 3 and then another 3 randos.
Yeah.
Because I just what I heard, basically, the other team gets a power play on you, you can just suicide and
Yeah.
give them 0 points.
But
And it's
it-
like, well,
Really?
that doesn't sound fun at all.
I
No.
didn't know that.
See, I think that what we did was when we got a power play, everyone popped their supers and we just wiped the floor for like the next 20 seconds. Like
Yeah.
you couldn't
Power-
spawn without immediately getting destroyed because everyone was like, power play, supers, everyone now.
There is a shitload of spawn killing. That was happening a lot last night.
Yeah.
Would spawn in and just get fucking wrecked by like some dude with a shotgun who's waving that.
But
Yeah,
what
it's a
I like
snowball
about
mechanic.
The lockdown is we played a match today where we locked it down and took a significant lead against them, and then they locked us down.
Yeah.
And we're like, oh shit! And it ended up, I think we locked them down 2 more times, and that was the game that I got like so many supers in, because it was the lockdowns really count for a lot, and it kind of reminds me of Gambit, where like you can see huge chunks go up in the score. Like that's what happens there
with your super.
I kind of like it.
Yeah, it's fun.
This killing yourself thing, I feel like that's only gonna work against some teams, and those got to be some sweaty try-hard dicks to just be like, we're all gonna kill ourselves. I know if I was playing to somebody, they're like, guys, if we all kill ourselves, we won't get any more points. They'd be like, okay.
Or you could just
but
hide.
I do hide.
Yeah.
When they get all 3, I try, and that's what I like about it. It becomes like a hide and seek game where like they're like, I don't die for the next 30 seconds.
Run away.
And everyone's like, supers.
Yep.
You just see Dawn Blades just patrolling.
Yep.
Just flying across the air. Yeah.
So much
think
fun.
Oh no, there was one other thing. 2 other things I wanted to talk about from the TWAB. One is this dope ass emote of a sad ass Dead Orbit Guardian just pushing a swing and it's raining. Just sad ass loner.
What?
Yep.
Go to the TWAB and look at it. It's really funny.
I'll
It's a
have to look
Guardian
that up
standing
after.
there in the rain, just like pushing a swing that has no one on it, looking depressed.
And that's gonna be an emote?
It's
Yes.
probably Cade related.
Oh my
Oh.
god, that's fucking hilarious.
But what I did want to talk about is that they're changing your clan XP in your clan, like your rewards. I thought this was funny. Since launch, 50% of you have hit max rank in your clans each season. What?
Only 50?
Only 50?
It's
like
easy.
we hit that like
How?
2 weeks in.
Yeah.
I was gonna
Every
say,
time.
man, it was like 2 weeks in, and we're just like, "Yep, we'll
Well-
take our new staff, thanks."
I don't think a lot of people are rolling like clans of like 80 and crap like that.
Yeah, I bet
That's
there's
also
got to be
true.
a lot of clans of 5.
Yeah.
Right.
So
I think you're right.
but I was like, we just demolished that crap immediately.
Yeah.
But and it's a couple of changes that really aren't really. It's not really any big news. I'm not here to bore you with the things that weekly clan milestone also grants a masterwork core. I mean, it's cool, but whatever. Hey, rank 3, increased resilience when you're in a fire team with clanmates.
Oh,
Is that in PvP?
I can only imagine.
Yeah.
Can you imagine?
I think
if
it was
you
confirmed that it's
fucking-
PvP as well.
Can you
Now-
imagine if you masterwork armor and you're in a full clan fire team?
Here's my bigger question is, does this change the amount of hand cannon shots that it takes to kill somebody?
I heard speculation that it does.
Can it change? See, that's nuts.
Mhm.
Playing
that,
with your friends literally
That would be
makes it harder
crazy.
for somebody else to kill you.
that if I heard speculation that if you're running 10 resilience and you have that and you're playing with a clanmate and you get the +1 resilience, you will not be 1-hit shoulder chargeable and you will not be 3-tap hand cannonable.
No.
That sounds
you
like
give me my 1-hit shoulder charge. You give it to me or I fucking riot. I don't know. It just seems like a really crazy thing to be like given away, and that's rank 3 out of 6.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Oh,
That's
so
the
that means
first
there
one
might be
you hit.
cooler things that you get from 4, 5, and 6 that they haven't told us
No,
yet.
okay. I told you 5 and 6 are boring.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
5 is additional resources, and 6 is you get a masterwork core with your weekly clan milestone.
Well, the 5 might be useful since it's going to take resources
Yeah,
to
it'll be
upgrade
useful,
your.
but it's not sexy. It's not exciting. It's not the kind of news that we like to cover here at Barely a Destiny show. And speaking of which, let's hit that barely part. QuakeCon happened this week.
Indeed.
Fallout 76, and we found out some cool things. Are you guys excited about Fallout 76?
I actually am, even though I've never played a Fallout. If the world is too open, I'm not usually into it. But this one I'm interested in.
I heard about the PvP mechanic in Fallout 76. It's going to be like you walk up to somebody and shoot them or like punch them or something, challenge them. And if
Yeah.
you don't accept that, then they can still kill you, but they don't get anything for it. It just seems like a little kind of a backwards ass mechanic.
No, okay, this is how it works. So, if somebody shoots you while you're out in the wild, okay, and you're just minding your own business, you're fucking looting, I don't want to fight you. okay, it's going to do minimal damage, like nothing. He's just pecking away at you, like shooting BBs, not doing shit.
All right.
If you turn around and shoot him back, immediately PvP mode engages, and you guys are both doing full damage on each other.
Mm.
Oh.
But if he does kill you, like maybe sets up some kind of elaborate trap or something like that, he will become a wanted murderer and show up with a red star on the map, and everyone can see him.
Oh,
Now, keep in mind, you can
shit.
never see where anyone else is on the map during this game unless you kill somebody who didn't try and fight you back. And then there's, if you kill the wanted murderer, there's like multipliers on the amount of loot that you get. So like drops like all their everything, and like there's like multipliers for it.
Oh.
But the funny thing is, so say you want to go be a bounty hunter and go catch these wanted murderers.
Mm-hmm.
Remember, if they shoot you and you shoot them back, PvP is engaged.
Yes.
So if you try and hunt this motherfucker down, he can just shoot you back and then just waste you. So I'm looking and trying to think, like, how fun is that going to be when somebody is like really high level sitting on top of a tower and everybody is just banding together trying to take this motherfucker down. And
Yeah.
I think Todd Howard said, I think this is the quote that he said, we're turning assholes into fun game mechanics.
Oh my god.
That sounds like a Todd Howard quote.
Yep. I love that dude.
I actually like that. I like that a lot.
They also talked about the new perk system. The way that works is basically every time that you level up to level 50, you'll be able to put 1 point into your special attributes, which are strength, perception, endurance, charisma, intelligence, agility, and luck. And up to 15 points instead of 10 as usual. And basically, the way that perks work now are they're card packs that are not microtransactions. You can only get them through playing the game.
Dope.
And what these cards do is basically you can have like do 10% extra melee damage for 1 strength, or you can upgrade it, eventually, and you can do 20%, but it'll cost you 2 of your strength points. So the amount of points that you put into a skill equals the amount of cards that you can play. And you can stack cards and have a bunch of different perks, which seems really cool. So I'm very excited for Fallout 76. Also excited. Anybody else? Anything on Fallout 76?
Nukes.
Yeah. Gabble, do you play Fallout? Are you a fan of Fallout at all?
Yeah, Fallout 3. I played hundreds of hours of Fallout 3.
So Fallout 3 or Fallout New Vegas? Which one?
I preferred 3.
Okay, go on.
But then I was New Vegas. I thought was cool, but and then 4. I was kind of disappointed by 4. I don't know.
I don't know what happened with 4. It didn't click as much with me.
Yeah. The world was it felt a lot more empty than 3 and New Vegas for some reason. I think the starting
3 was
area was
packed.
just kind of a misstep. Yeah. Yeah,
3
but I think
was
having
jam-packed,
the
that
whole
city.
northern half of the map in 4 be practically empty, I think, was not the best decision.
I did like that in Fallout 3 the city made it very dense and there's a lot of stuff in a small area, all the subway systems. It was very, like I said, dense. Then New Vegas came out and I was like, there's nothing anywhere in this game. It is all flat. Like walking through Assault Flat shooting rad scorpions is just like, Jesus Christ. Like, oh fuck this game. And then 4, like, yeah, I feel like it feels not lived in.
Yeah.
It feels like an empty world, which
Yeah,
kind
it's
of
really
works with
weird.
Fallout, but it
Yeah.
just. I heard that the Nuka World expansion was really good, and I did not get into it. I have it.
I bought the season pass, but I haven't played most of the DLC.
Well, Gabble, let's get in there and let's both play a little bit of that Nuka World, see how it feels. It's very Disney. Feels like Disney and Coca-Cola is what they described it as.
That's not making me want to do it.
Is
I
it?
don't know.
Is
Disney
it?
World.
Coca-Cola.
Is it at least post-apocalyptic? Because
Yeah,
that would be.
it's-
Yeah,
That sounds awesome.
yeah.
It's like they said it's got like a Disney World, like Coca-Cola Corporation, like kind of vibe. Like that was the theme park before everything went to shit. I was like, oh, that sounds cool.
Nice.
What also sounds cool is Doom Eternal. I don't know if anybody played the first one.
I didn't, and I got yelled at today for not playing it. So maybe I'm supposed to go
Huh,
play
weird.
these games. I don't know.
Doom is very fun. it's surprisingly fun. Like I heard that they rebooted Doom, and I was like, whatever. And then I was at a friend's house and I played it, and I was like, holy fuck! I very much enjoy ripping people in half and shooting people with shotguns.
Yeah.
It seems like the most Scott-ass game I've ever heard of.
And it's on Switch, which people seem to be like,
What?
yeah, they're like, how is this on
Doom
Switch?
is on a Nintendo system?
Dude,
Yeah.
Doom Eternal launching day and date on Switch.
I mean,
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
Switch is awesome, right? It's getting that. It's getting Dark Souls.
I want one
Yeah.
so bad.
Whoa.
I'm glad that
Portable Dark
Nintendo-
Souls, and I could just go like away for the 4 hours that the battery lasts. But I could just go away.
I'm super glad that Nintendo has finally made a portable Xbox 360. It's great to have games like Skyrim and LA Noire back handheld for the first time, a good 10 years after they came
Right.
out.
Skyrim is still awesome. I bought Skyrim for Switch while I was on vacation, and it's
How many times have you
still-
bought Skyrim now?
Oh man. So I bought Skyrim on 360, and then my 360 red ringed for whatever the last time was that Microsoft was willing to
Fix
warranty it. So then I was like, well, I don't have any money, but I have a PlayStation 3, so I bought Skyrim for PlayStation 3, and then I bought Skyrim remastered
PS4.
on Xbox One, right?
Okay.
It's over there somewhere. Sorry, I'm trying to see it. Anyway,
Yeah, they had
and
the
then on
mods.
Switch. So I've bought
4
Skyrim
times. Nice.
4 times.
You know, you just
I'm-
need
I'm
Skyrim
happy to
VR
say
and
I've
you're
only
good.
bought Skyrim one time. Skyrim VR and Skyrim on Alexa.
There we go.
Oh my god, that commercial is hilarious.
Yeah, Doom.
The fact
Doom
that it's
Eternal,
real is hilarious.
Doom Eternal just looks like more of Doom, but much faster.
Hmm.
And it kind of, I've heard some people talking about it, and the consensus is that it feels more like going in a Devil May Cry style points kind of
Okay.
thing. You have a grappling hook on your shotgun that you can use to grappling or to shoot into a demon and pull yourself towards them, and then maybe let go early and fling yourself into the air and do crazy combos and shit like that.
Nice.
That
It's
sounds
the most
amazing.
Scott-ass game that's ever happened.
That does sound pretty good. It almost
Nothing
sounds
about
like
that. Nothing about that is not badass.
I'm
Yeah.
just thinking about my playthrough of Devil May Cry 4 now and how much fun playing as Nero was.
Well, it's still a first-person shooter.
Yeah.
And then the last bit of news really to come out of QuakeCon is that Elder Scrolls Legends may not be on PlayStation 4.
Right.
So, oh man, I should have really pulled up the quote on who was talking about it. I don't think it was Todd Howard. Who's the
Yeah.
other guy?
I don't know. All I know is that
Um,
all I know is what was said, which is that the whole point of this game is crossplay, being able to play with anybody on any platform. And if Sony is not willing to make that happen, then we just won't put our game on that platform.
yeah, no, well, Bethesda never said Sony.
Okay.
Never said
Pete
PlayStation.
Hines.
Yeah. So it's Pete Hines.
Yeah.
So I'm paraphrasing, but he basically was like, "Hey, this is a cross-platform game, and if you can't play it cross-platform, it's not really worth having on
That system,
We're not gonna make
yeah.
two different We're not gonna make two different versions of the game. One that only works with one system and one that works with all the others."
With literally every other system. And including
So-
phones, because it's a card game.
Yeah.
man.
So, not a huge thing because Elder Scrolls Legends is pretty much glorified mobile game. Looks,
Yeah.
I mean, if you're into it, maybe it's fun. I don't know.
Yeah,
Haven't
I mean
played
they're choosing to draw that line, not Fallout 76. Right,
Yeah,
like-
they're not like Fallout 76 will not be on PlayStation.
Yeah.
Like fuck that.
Well, I mean,
But-
all I'm saying is if PlayStation doesn't get behind the crossplay, I'm getting Fallout 76 on PC.
I was just gonna say, what do you guys
Is
think?
Fallout
about-
76 crossplay between systems though?
I'd imagine that would be dumb for it not to be.
I don't think it is.
I haven't heard anything.
Would it
either
be
way.
PC and Xbox only? Because it's not coming to Nintendo.
Right. Yet, anyway.
Yeah, so Bethesda loves the Switch.
Yep. Everybody loves the Switch.
Oh yeah, did you see the quote from someone at Blizzard saying that going into porting Diablo 3 to Switch was basically being done so they could bring future Blizzard games to Switch?
Yeah.
I'm stoked about
So-
that too.
And then
That's huge.
Is that the source of the Overwatch is coming to Switch rumor?
They were
maybe.
asked about Overwatch, and they said, in short, it's possible. So maybe.
Here's a game that I will maybe get: Black Ops 4. The beta was last weekend.
Hmm.
It's okay.
They're still going with that?
So basically, Black Ops 4 is Destiny. You have
Again? Wasn't there some Call of Duty game that they like tried to make like Destiny?
Yeah, it's Destiny without double jumps. Everybody has 2 abilities, and I had and you have a heal, and then you have a super.
I know
And
everybody.
one of the supers is a Titan Smash.
Oh,
my
jeez.
God.
Nice.
That's awesome.
Basically, though, I got in there and it was a decent time. It's a pretty good port for PC, as far as I could tell. I couldn't see anything that was like glaring issues, except for the fact that the
it's
keys
Call of Duty?
the keys were mapped like a fucking idiot, and the way they had like control was set to crouch, but they didn't have control set to the crouch/slide/prone button, just crouch.
Oh.
The one that allows you to slide and go prone was not assigned to anything. And I was like, there is no slide button. What the fuck is this game? Like, I don't know. It was really irritating. But once I got all my key mappings figured out, it was pretty fun. I got my ass kicked over and over again. But that fast time to kill, well, actually, it's not even that fast. That's the big point. They increased it to like 0.8.
Oh, so it'll be really close to where Destiny 2 is going to be at after the update.
That's kind of why I wanted to get in there.
Okay.
And you're gonna be dying real quick, everybody. I just hope you know that, especially with people with their Icarus mods. You're gonna die real quick to somebody that you didn't see.
Yeah. There goes my PvP career.
Aren't they
I
doing?
think this is why Radar is coming back in competitive.
Yeah. Aren't they doing their like battle royale mode beta here in the next couple weeks?
Yeah, I don't think it's the next couple of weeks. I think. Oh shoot! I was gonna say it's in September, but that is in the next couple of weeks.
Yeah.
Where did the year go, everybody?
I know,
I
right?
don't know, man.
Wow.
It's been a weird one.
We were just talking about that.
Yeah, maybe I
God.
should play. So the last time I played a Call of Duty game, so ended, which should tell you how long ago. I
Wait, which
played.
one was it?
Well, Call of Duty 4,
Oh,
Modern Warfare.
Oh, wow.
So like 14 years ago.
Very long time. Yeah.
the
I
beta
fell
will
on the
be
Halo side of that fight. So
Yeah.
Call of Duty Black Ops 4's Blackout mode. This is from GameSpot.
Okay.
Call of Duty's Blackout mode will be available September 10th. That's the beta.
Oh, okay. So one
And
week
that's
after
exclusively for PS4 players and is scheduled to kick off on September 10th. Are they going to tell me? Oh, holy shit. There's a Nike commercial playing now.
Forsaken.
It's really loud.
Oh my god.
I'm trying to see when it's coming to PC. Xbox One owners will likewise need to pre-order the game to participate in the Blackout beta, but PC players will be able to jump in even without reserving the title.
Ooh, just like this original beta, right?
Yep. So if you have a PC, you don't have to buy it. And Call of Duty Black Ops 4 releases for PC. Oh, that's October 12th. That's when the game releases. I'm not sure when the beta is going to start for PC.
Yeah. I don't know. I definitely won't be trying that though because Spider-Man comes out like the day before.
I mean, yeah, but also I'm gonna, play Spider-Man all day and in the living room, and then when my wife goes to bed, just go downstairs and try out some Blackout. You should play it with
There
me,
you go.
man. We'll squad up.
I'll try it. I'll try it out. Free
I'm telling
beta
you,
is I'm down with it.
Call of Duty gets a lot more shit than it's deserved. It's still a pretty fun game. there are a lot of dickheads that play that game, but
I
at the same
mean-
time, it's pretty fun.
There are no
Eh.
dickheads that play Destiny. That's the difference, right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Zero dickheads.
Exactly.
Totally
Sure.
none at all.
No.
Nope.
Just babies.
I mean,
bathing babies in the bathing area of the beach. We're trying to find these show notes.
Next is
IGN.
yeah.
IGN got a little plagiarism.
Bad day.
Yeah.
Not necessarily
Feels
the entire
bad, man.
company, but
The Nintendo editor,
yeah, what's this guy's name?
Phil
I
something.
don't want to get
Philip.
it. Yeah, Philip
Mewson or
Mewson.
something. Yeah.
Yeah.
Philip with an F. So, I mean, obviously this guy fucked up. He lost his job. They have pulled down everything that he has done on IGN because he got caught plagiarizing from Boomstick Gaming. He plagiarized a Dead Cells review.
Yep.
So, this guy plagiarized a Dead Cells review, got caught, and put up a video basically saying, you know, I'd like to take full responsibility for this, and then took no responsibility for this, and kind of was like it was a coincidence. And one of the people that were spearheading this whole thing of plagiarism, where it was our buddy Jason Schreier from Kotaku.
Yeah, and this dude is like, I dare you to
And-
find more Jason Schreier.
Yeah, he dared the internet to find more of his plagiarism, and they did.
They sure did.
This guy must be never call out the internet on anything because they will ruin
Mm.
life.
He quickly
Yeah.
removed his quote apology video.
Yes,
Yeah.
it got taken down very quickly.
Yep.
Yeah, it turns out he plagiarized a lot of stuff, and even his resume
Yeah.
was
Oh
from a
And-
my
template.
God.
His
And
resume
even
was from a template.
plagiarized another IGN article. Like plagiarized IGN for an IGN article. Like
That's insanity.
Yo, dog, I heard you like plagiarism, so we plagiarized your plagiarism. Plagiarize what you plagiarized. Oh, Lord. That's horrible.
This story has
yeah.
been all around for probably like the last week or so,
Yeah.
just developing, and glad that we talked about it after it's been definitive that, yep, that shit happened.
And he was fired and feels bad for IGN. It's not their fault, y'all.
What have you guys been playing this week?
Just Destiny.
Same.
Yeah.
I've only played Destiny this week.
Not Solstice though.
Yeah.
I just went in and played PvP.
I've been
Dude.
trying to finish my second set of Solstice armor.
Oh, damn,
Nice.
you got a set already? I'm trying to finish my only set of Solstice armor.
Yeah, I'm
not
lucky if
gonna-
I'm gonna get one.
I
Oh,
want
man.
the glowy bits. I do want the glowy bits. That's what I'm doing.
I will say we had
Uh,
our final game of the regular season of the Xbox PvP League last night, and we were up against Gear Dad and Laz, and we were up 2-0 going into the third round. So we decided as a team to use only abilities and Fighting Lion, and it was
my
so
God.
much fun.
win?
Yeah, we won. It was it was the
Oh,
closest game though.
Laz. Hey, did Laz actually make that announcement?
He did.
No, it's in
He
the.
did.
He announced it in the chat, but we're gonna announce it here via his question that he posted to us.
Okay.
It's in the question section.
I played some indie games.
Ooh.
So
Hmm.
I have a PS Vita. I've had it since I have my PS4 pretty much. So PlayStation Plus has been kind to me in the way of indie titles. So basically, I went through on my Vita and my PS4 and I looked up every fucking game on that motherfucker.
There you go.
I looked up reviews for all of them, and I came out with probably like 10.
Ooh,
Wow.
that's a good
That's
amount.
pretty good.
Most notably, I have 3. The first one is called Not a Hero. This game is basically a speedrunning game. It's a 2D game where you can slide, you can shoot people, and there's a bunch of different characters that have different abilities, and you're trying to basically clear some objectives from each level, which would be like perform 3 executions, get 3 critical shots, do the mission in under 50 seconds, or some crap like that, or 5 minutes. I don't remember. There's time limits every now and again. but it's a really fun game where you're basically just practicing trying to get really fluid with it. Counter Spy is another game I've been playing. It's very, very easy, but the art style is super cool. So the concept is that you work for an agency during I'm gonna get this wrong. I'm gonna feel stupid. The Cold War, Russia, United States.
Yes, Cold War.
Yes.
Cool.
That
I just got so self-conscious that I was like, "Oh, fuck this up."
I'm gonna fuck up history.
See, Neon Beth in chat. Not a hero is so bomb. It's a very good game. Counter Spy is Cold War, and its parallel universe is not actually the United States and Russia, but both have nuclear weapons, and they're trying to bring down the moon into the other country to destroy the other country, resulting in the entire world dying.
Yeah.
So
Wow,
you work for an
okay.
agency trying
Planning.
to stop. You work for an agency trying to stop them, and it's really cool as you do missions. If you're trying to be stealthy, so it's a stealth 2D platformer shooter. And if you do a shitty job being stealthy, the DEFCON level raises for that faction, and if it gets to 1, game over. And this persists between missions, so it's fun. The coolest part is when you take cover, it turns from a 2D thing into a like shooting gallery mode.
That's
Or
actually
like,
kind
and
of
it,
cool.
and it changes the perspective on a 90-degree axis. So it's really fucking cool looking. It was a PS Plus game. A lot of these games are PS Plus games. So if you've been diligent in downloading them, you might have these on your PlayStation. And the last one is my personal favorite, Super Time Force Ultra. Worst fucking game title ever.
Sounds
Very,
super 80s.
very fun game. It's so
Yeah.
fun. It does not take itself seriously whatsoever.
Oh, that's the
It's
best type.
a 2D. It's a 2D like bullet hell platformer. But here's the kick: when you die, or whenever you want, you can rewind time to any point between wherever you died or stopped to the beginning of the run. All your runs are timed, so you have to be able to do this in a certain amount of time. When you start your run again, your original run will be a ghost running through the level with you and still killing all the stuff that, like, it still does exactly what it did before. So it's still going
wow.
to kill all the enemies that it killed, just
shit.
whatever that run is.
No time
Now,
paradox there.
The best way to describe this, though, is for a boss fight. I got to a boss fight, and there was a weak point on the left and a weak point on the right. So the round started, I jumped up on the right, jumped onto a platform, and destroyed the weak point on the right. Immediately rewound time back to the very beginning, and my second run went to the left and shot the weak point, resulting in both going down at the same time.
Ooh.
So then, like, shit like a DPS phase, you'll just I sat under it and would go back in time like 10 times to have like 10 dudes just like blasting bullets at this guy. So because you'll get like 30 seconds to beat a boss fight that if you were to do it with one character would take you 2.5, 3, 4 minutes.
Oh.
So you really have to, it's like a puzzle mechanic during it too.
A time puzzle.
Super, super fun.
I like it.
Oh, and it's very, very goofy. There's the starting character is Jean Rambo, like EAN. And then you get like a skateboarding dinosaur called like Steve Rex or some crap like
This
that.
sounds
It's really
like-
goofy.
Nice.
Have you guys ever seen the movie Kung Fury?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah. It sounds like that. Oh god. So if you guys haven't seen Ghost, it's on Netflix. It's the same thing. It's like this karate guy who is like also a cop who's also like
It's
you know,
insane. It's
the
absolutely
bad
insane.
cop. It's got all the 80s cheese graphics and stuff. He drives a Lamborghini. He has an Uzi. I think his partner is like a dinosaur or something like that, right, Steve?
Yeah.
Where does that
it's
rank on a
so
scale
ridiculous.
from Deathgasm?
From what to what now?
From Extinction to Deathgasm, where
Oh, dude, it's pretty fucking crazy.
yeah, all right.
There's one point where they have like Valkyries with Gatling guns riding Velociraptors. I forget exactly what the plot point was, but he's like, "There's Valkyrie. Like, what's with these like giant Viking women?" And they're like, "We're Valkyries." They're all carrying Gatling guns. So it's Fucking nuts. Yeah,
Wow.
that sounds like it's my kind of ridiculous.
Yeah.
Hey, speaking of Valkyries, God of War, New Game Plus.
Ooh.
Ooh.
I'm just double checking the date on this. It was announced though, August 20th. So, when you're listening to this, it's out.
Nice.
Or if you're live, obviously it's not. But whatever.
I just thought I lost 3 days and I got real nervous.
Oh man.
Did you try and fight any of the Valkyries, Gabble, when you played God of War?
Try being the keyword, yes. I
I
definitely
beat the
tried.
game and still didn't even kill anyone.
Wow.
So no shame there, man. It's not an easy game to play.
Yeah.
But yeah, everybody get out there, play those fucking indies. Not a Hero, Super Time Force Ultra, and Counter Spy. Maybe I'll put some links to the reviews in the show notes. I'll try and pull IGN's reviews or something like that. Is that
Just
allowed?
don't copy them.
I won't plagiarize.
Yep. Oh god.
So we have some questions from
Yeah, but shouldn't we pay these bills first?
the listeners. Well, these questions are brought to you by Cosmodrome Vodka.
Here we go. Good morning / afternoon / evening, gentlemen. As the legal representative of your sponsor, Cosmodrome Vodka, I felt it was important to share this information with you. The liquor license for the distillery is being reinstated as I type this. Wait, is that last? Did he copy last week's? It's amazing how quickly things can be resolved when you drop the Vanguard lawyer off the steeple of the EDZ church. I mean, negotiate, quote, strongly with the Vanguard lawyer. Cosmodrome Vodka will be up and running within minutes as the workers have literally just been lying around since production ceased, playing with that purple ball your guardians play with in the tower. We also are moving forward with the addition of an official quality control department because nothing about their previous production was quality or controlled. So there you go. Happy news all around. Side note, the management team at Cosmodrome Vodka heard your last episode and loves the idea of a work hiring campaign geared towards veterans of the Red War. Our legal team is also working with fancy Hollywood lawyers to see if your dream of a Destiny Tower Ocean's 11 movie is viable. Separate side note, we are working with Kellogg's legal team to bring maple bacon Pop-Tarts back from the toaster pastry graveyard per the request of Chris3711. Good people deserve good Pop-Tarts.
Ain't it the truth?
Goddamn right.
I think Laz plagiarized the first 2 sentences of this ad read from the previous ad read.
So much
You
pleasure.
can't plagiarize from yourself.
All the plagiarism.
Oh, man.
We
But
got
yes,
some questions.
yeah. And the first one from Chris3711.
Speak of the fucking devil.
Right.
Is
Let's
he
say
fucking devil? Oh, whatever.
You get hired at Bungie to create just one character. Who would you create, and what's their bio? Like an NPC.
Do we have to create? Because I was like, I just would
Just like-
make Rezel Azir be in the game.
Create a new character or like develop a
Okay, I got it.
whole lot about.
Oh, I don't know. It's God damn it! I got a lore person here. He's gonna hate me for this one. Something like Shiro Yor, some crap like that. Basically, take one of the guardians, make him go to the shadows of the Yor, because I really, really just want that to be an expansion where we have to fight the shadows of Yor.
Mm.
That'd be
That'd
such
be
a
dope.
good expansion.
And it's cool. I mean, we can just
Gabble, is
retcon
that
it.
possible?
I don't know because we
Was
don't
it-
really
was-
know what those are. But did you see?
Would that be
on
possible at the end of D1 before D2 happens?
I don't know that we needed to just go fight them. I mean,
that the shadows of Yor did, like, they're still still around, right?
yeah, I don't think we've heard anything about them anytime recently.
So, yeah, I mean, whatever,
Yeah.
We didn't hear anything about Osiris recently, and then we got a bad expansion about that. I mean,
So one of the things that I thought was really interesting in the TWAB this week was the screenshot of the Drifter.
Okay. Yeah.
Which is a Crucible map from D1, but also now an NPC that we talked to. It denotes him as a rogue light bearer.
Ooh.
Interesting.
So he has powers. Maybe he was a Formian, but now he's rogue. I don't know if that's like a new faction that we'll encounter more or what, but it's kind of a cool idea, I guess.
If
Yeah,
that's
that would
the
be
new
dope.
class, I'm fucking out. Rogue light bearer.
He's dressed like a warlock.
Titans, warlocks, and rogue light bearers, and I
No.
guess hunters too.
And I guess
I'm
hunters too.
thoroughly surprised at the lack of hate mail that we got from last week's episode, where I just shit all over hunters. But then I thought maybe all the hunters have left by now.
Mm.
I mean, probably.
I mean,
No,
quite the
they're
opposite.
all yeah. They're all in PvP, rolling and healing infuriatingly. That's where they all are.
Hey, shout out to Special K Dude for dropping a fucking gnarly montage. This dude did my favorite thing of all time. He made a Sunbreaker montage, Scott, so you should love this, and you're going to love it even
Yes.
more because it's entirely directed at revenge against Arcstriders.
Oh, that's a good one.
It's just him killing hunters.
Oh, that's fucking
I was
great.
watching
I
it with the
love it.
biggest grin on my face. Just like,
I
oh,
love it.
yes.
That's pretty good.
I tell you, man, last week during Mayhem, I definitely had quite a few Arcstriders eat shit. They just pop their Arc Staff and they're like running towards him like, I'm going to get you. And I was already in hammers. So I'm just like, no, you're not.
Oh,
right to the
man.
face.
Mm.
Game over.
I
And
would.
then they got mad.
I'm
It was
seeing
hilarious.
him throw hammers at Arcstriders, and just in my head, I hear that like, sweet, sweet, sweet victory. I was just like, yes, I
That-
fucking love this.
That gave me a really good idea for my character that I would create, which would be, in essence, female Shax, and it's just revenge bounties for the Crucible. Like, go kill like 30 hunters.
I still think my favorite bounty is crouch 10 times in 5 seconds over the body.
Yeah, we could have those in there too. Did you guys see the video of me dropping the mic on Gear Dad's head?
No. That's awesome.
I didn't even know he was there. I just flew in right next to Admiral Nips after we won a round and dropped the mic, and Gear Dad happened to be lying dead on the ground right in front of me. It was fantastic. So, but Scott, Gavel,
Oh,
what would you bring in?
You know, man, I gotta say, I'll let Gabble go last because mine is just, I'm gonna say I want more Sunbreakers in the game.
Mm.
I don't mean, this one quote from one here, one there. Like, I want to know who the head of the Sunbreakers. I want that person. You have Oros, the third Imperial Magistrate, and then there was I forget the name. It's a hard to pronounce name.
I just thought of Scott Sunbreaker being the new Hunter Vanguard.
Oh God,
Ikora, Zavala, Scott.
that would be great because I would just sit there and be like, what's the what's the most underpowered class right now? PvP. Yeah, all hunters are to immediately run that. Like, but that sucks. It's like that's the idea. You need to get good.
See, all these people that are like, Shax can't be the Hunter Vanguard. It's got to be a hunter. I posit this. What if they just fucking don't replace him and just are like, Shax, we need you to like take care of the hunters for a while because like there's just fucking nobody here. Like somebody's got to do his job. Kid's
Because
dead.
Cade wasn't doing his job before.
Right.
He was fucking drinking and doing nothing.
But
What
see,
if
that's
Kate's
why
a
I'm
robot
like,
and they just rebuild him?
his light is gone. Well,
Just
give it back.
reboot him.
Just hit the button.
But
Just hit the
I'm
button.
just saying, Shax very well could be the Hunter Vanguard because he's just he's there. He's available.
He's going to
Yes.
be the substitute teacher of the Hunter Vanguard. He's
If this actually happens, I'm seriously gonna fucking lose my mind.
That'd be hilarious.
I'm gonna go into every warlock and every hunter stream and just be like, "Suck it!"
I think
Who's
I'm
your
gonna
leader
also.
now, Hunter?
I'd like to nominate Failsafe as the new Hunter Vanguard.
But only sassy failsafe.
Yes, only
Yes.
Sassy Failsafe.
Yes. Oh, more sassy failsafe. That's great.
But who would you create as an NPC, Gavel? Oh, wait, Scott, you never finished. You just
Yeah,
said Sunbreaker.
I just said I wanted the head of the Sunbreakers, basically. Like I would have a character basically acting like head of the Order of Sunbreaker. So you go to them if you're a Sunbreaker, and you get Sunbreaker bounties and do Sunbreaker things, like throw hammers at hunters.
What do you guys think Chris Farley would look like as a Sunbreaker?
Oh my god.
He'd have the big hammer, right?
I can't unsee that now. Hold on.
I'm just picturing him in Wayne's World with a flaming hammer doing like hand motions. Back around.
Yes.
You
Yes.
just see like the hammer, like when they summon the hammer, that like ching, like him doing the God down by the river, throwing hammers, fucking running around. God, that's
All right.
that's. I changed my answer. That's who I create. Gavel.
All right. I'm gonna go high concept here. I would named Osiris,
Whoa.
and he would come into this simulation that our Guardian has been trapped in every mission in Destiny 1, and he would rescue us from it, and we would learn that Destiny 2 wasn't real. And it was all basically just a bad dream. And he would be the real Osiris, and he would be fucking awesome.
Right? Would he be
Instead of
holding a copy?
Old
Would he be holding a copy of Word Up magazine?
or Tolan's journal. One or the other.
Those are the same thing. Tolan's Journals, Word Up magazine.
Oh man.
Oh, next question from TP Poker. Now that Betty White has passed, which rip Betty White, let's pull one out for Betty White. Do you think they will reboot the Golden Girls?
Most definitely. Now the bigger question is, who do we cast as the young Golden Girls?
Ooh.
This is like the Bronze Girls.
Yeah. Man.
Zoe Deschanel. That's one.
Are we going like people in their 30s, or do we want? I thought we would go
I
for
thought
like
we were gonna
people
go
in their like
older.
50s. You know,
No.
they have to be just getting to
talking
retirement.
The young girl, the Golden Girls, but like young.
Wouldn't
I
that
don't
just
know
be
any
two
old
broke
actresses.
girls?
Yeah, I
Yeah,
think that is. I think you're right.
Two broke girls and Zoe Deschanel. There we go.
Problem solved.
The Bronze
Next question.
Girls.
I just hope that they do. Please reboot Golden
The
Girls.
Pewter
Okay,
Girls.
but follow-up question. Now that Aretha Franklin has died, are they going to reboot soul music?
Oh, please also do
Ouch.
that.
I hope
No,
not.
Oh my
if the
gosh.
equivalent of the Black Keys for like the Black Keys is to blues as maybe some band is to jazz, or not jazz with a soul.
Okay.
Sorry.
Here's
Yeah.
the follow-up
Hopefully that
question.
doesn't happen is my thing, because either way it's not a good idea.
Here's the follow-up question.
I love soul music. I'm not gonna try and shit on it.
Who's going to be the third to go in this rule of three scenario?
Fluffy
Right?
Fingers MD.
Wow, that's
Oh man.
oddly specific.
I looked up and read his name. I'm sorry. It's in our
That took
show
a
notes.
turn. It took a turn.
Oh,
Fluffy, I
man.
hope you don't die a really,
All
really
right.
good guy.
All right, next question. How many weeks has it been since Fluffy Fingers MD got his Redrix Claymore?
How many weeks left does he have to use it?
Oh, he got the Redrix?
Yeah.
No shit.
I think
Good on.
Oh, there was a
good
thing
on
in the
him,
TWAB
man.
about Redrix where like if you have Redrix's Claymore, it's very easy for you to get Redrix's.
you'll get
whatever
a
copies or
token to
whatever it's
get
called now.
Redrix Broadsword,
Yes, broadsword.
which I think it's
Can I
hilarious.
just say the number of people that were like, "Oh, it's called broadsword," so because that's a sword, like apparently not realizing that a
Yeah.
sword. Like that's really what I learned is most Destiny fans didn't realize that a claymore was a type of sword.
Yeah. I also
I
think
thought
it's
of
funny.
it as like the explosive.
We talk a lot about the vocal minority or whatever, right? So when this news dropped, Twitter exploded
Yeah, it did.
And with people being like, my Claymore is not like, is not going to be, like legendary or whatever. It's like, wow, the 1% thing is really true.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
People were very upset about that.
What? What do you mean their Claymore is not going to be legendary?
No, like it's not going to hold the same weight that it holds because everyone expected the Claymore to be unique.
An exclusive thing for high-level PvP players.
And since like 9,000 people got it, Bungie is releasing the broadsword, which is potentially going to be better than the Claymore.
I don't
because it has the 2 main perks and a random rolled perk.
Yeah, you can potentially get a better perk.
Yeah.
And it's going to be easier to get.
I don't know. Why does nobody talk about Redrick's Claymore in PvE? It seems like the best weapon for that. Like,
Mason Sean was talking about that this past week. He was saying that Redrick's Claymore, I guess he borrowed somebody's account to use it because he doesn't have it yet, or he still doesn't have it, whatever. But I know he was talking about this week. He said that like basically it's a fucking monster in PvE because situations where it's like masses of thrall, like trash mobs, you get a couple kills and then the perk procs and you start shooting and it's like shoots faster, it does more damage.
Yeah,
it seems like an escalation protocol.
Yeah.
EP would be would just fucking shred with that thing.
Right.
Just be like, oh, I popped a thrall into the boss. You're just like, damn. I don't know. And nobody ever talks about it like that. And I always thought it was funny that it seems like one of the best PvE weapons is really hard to get in PvP.
Yeah.
That's
really
great.
Funny. Well, we'll all get it in with that really long Crucible quest that we're supposed to get.
Redrick's Claymore is done. So,
no,
because
Ben, broadsword is exactly the same as Claymore.
But it's a hand cannon.
No, it's a pulse rifle. The hand cannon is called like Luna's Howl or something like that.
It's another one.
You're getting it's a pulse rifle with Outlaw, Desperado, and a random roll perk.
Y'all can't see my face right now, but I'm disappointed as fuck now.
So, anyway, next question. Laz wants to know how would Ben feel?
That's shitty.
All right. So Ben agrees with the top 1% in this matter. I kind of do
like
too.
That man,
Yeah.
I don't like that. I was like upset that I didn't get that gun because it looked so cool, and then I was like, whatever. They got some like hand cannon bullshit coming. Oh well.
I'll put it this way, man.
Why
I feel
did I think it was
bad.
a hand cannon?
I don't know. I heard the same rumor. I think I feel bad for people who like grinded for it and worked for it until the bitching starts, and that's where I stop feeling bad and I start laughing at them, going suckers.
Yeah. Fluffy doesn't seem to care.
No, because he's happy he's got it.
Broadsword too.
Yep.
Eh?
You said you do his voice like he's Canadian.
I mean, you might as well be. He's from Minnesota.
Sure.
Don't you know?
Yeah. All right, next question.
Bobby.
How would Ben feel if he found out that this is from Laz, that he is not the only one having a second child here?
Steve is pregnant.
I'm totally pregnant. We got a junior situation up in here.
No, congratulations to our good friend and the guy that writes all of our ads each week, sends us emails and stuff. He's a great guy, Lazarich. It's part of
Gamerscore Radio.
Gamerscore Radio.
Baby Laz number 2 on the way. You heard it here first, unless Laz already told you.
Unless you're in the chat, in which case you already knew that.
Yes.
Like 20. Like
Ben, the excitement was when we originally found out. Ben's actually real excited.
I am.
It's pretty awesome, man.
I'm
Congrats,
sorry.
Laz.
He's still in shock about Redrick's.
I am. God, how could you do that to us, Bungie? That's like if in the next expansion Cade came back. You're like, you motherfucker.
I kind
You told
of
me that shit was not gonna
So,
happen.
I kind of
Yeah, no, we said Redrick's Claymore is going away. It went away, and then we replaced it with something better with a different name.
Yeah, it's not the Claymore.
Yeah, it's a
They didn't
broadsword.
lie. Yeah, but so did you guys read the Forsaken leak on Reddit like 6 days ago? That was several details of were confirmed by TWAB yesterday.
I heard about it, but
It's
I
pretty
don't
crazy.
know.
It's like strike
Yeah.
details, right?
Like,
It's like
he
saying. Never
he
mind,
had
go
the
ahead.
names of the strikes, the name of the raid, he had all the. He named the infamy system. The clan XP improvements. There's some other little stuff in there. I mean, none of it's crazy, but he has screenshots of like some new ghosts and some crazy new shapes and shit. So it's pretty. He also has. I'm not gonna say what it is because spoilers, but he had some details on what happens with old in Forsaken.
I've heard some rumors
So-
about that, and the thing that tipped me off to it first is the Bungie description said something about Aldrin, and I'm like, wait a minute. So, like, there's something going on with him, and I didn't. I thought I was the only one who noticed it at first, but apparently, I heard the same thing. So that's funny. I'm interested to hear about that. I definitely want to hear about that.
Yeah. All right. Next question.
I'm just saying. It's dumb. That's dumb. That's like being like, oh, I'm the only one who has Fate of All Fools, and then they're like, but guess what? Jade Rabbit's out. And you're just like, oh, fuck.
Dude, the Fate of All Fools was made for a terminally ill Destiny fan. Like,
Okay, so that's bad example because
that's
guy
a really
is-
bad
it's-
example.
Yeah.
But it's the if we take that person out of the equation, it's like, yeah, it's the same gun. That's all I was saying.
Yeah.
I didn't mean to make that guy sound like he was an asshole.
All right. So this next one, was this asked by Gabble or is it a question for Gabble?
It's for Gab.
Okay.
I didn't ask.
All right. So it's, for Gabble, any advice on exhibition booth setup and installation? Also, sir, what are your favorite liquor and cereal pairings?
This is, wait, where's their name in chat?
I know who it was.
Shut-
All right. Do you have an answer? For
Yeah,
this?
do you have an
Just-
answer?
just know
No.
it's trolling.
It's,
All right.
Can we-
it's at my job today. I would from a trade show. The deadline for this 10 by 30 booth design is in 8 business days. So
Ooh,
yeah,
Ouch.
that's a big booth.
yeah.
Your mom's a big booth.
Can we please just go around the horn and answer this liquor cereal pairings question? I kind of want to do that.
It's the obvious answer is Kahlua.
Kahlua?
With what cereal?
Count Chocula.
All of them?
Oh, man.
Every single.
Well, does this mean that you're using the liquor instead of milk?
Yes,
Or-
that's what I took it as.
Oh. Ooh.
Mm.
Oh. I think I might go
That's
with.
why I was like, I'm going with the
that's-
only like creamy sweet thing that I can think of.
All right, this one might be crazy, but I'm gonna go with Sugar Smacks and a good bourbon, like a sweet bourbon, like a Jack Daniels or something. I guess.
Wait, does it specify liquor or can I go?
It says
It's
liquor.
Damn it.
Otherwise, you just say White Russian and.
Well, I was gonna say like, yeah. I was gonna say Young's double. I think would be fine, but that's beer,
Ooh.
not liquor. So.
Yeah,
I'll take it.
yeah. Why not? All right.
The liquor and cereal pair.
All right. So, final question from Subcult. I think we answered this on AMP, but we're gonna answer it again. What is the
This
first?
changes from week to week.
Yeah. What's the first thing each
You
of
know,
you will
the answers
do?
could be different
This is true.
from week
For a week?
to week.
I'll play your game, you rogue. What's the first thing you're gonna
you
do
call
in
me a
Forsaken? I did.
Like the Nissan?
Nissan Rogue, indeed.
No, the ex woman.
The X-Woman. Oh. Now are we talking the X-Woman from the 90s? Or are we
No.
talking Anna Paquin?
I'm
Or are we
talking
talking
the-
X-Men Evolution?
I'm talking the adjective for video games, roguelike.
Mm,
Oh.
mm.
Mm. or he's just the
Wow.
rogue light bearer. He is the director.
Holy crap!
There we
It's
go.
confirmed.
There you go.
Hey guys, what's the first thing each of you will do the moment you start Forsaken? Story, Gambit, PvP, what? That's from Subcult.
Yeah.
Sorry,
The joke never gets old. Never gets old. No, I'm
The
gonna do
old
the story.
interrupter.
I still haven't seen. I didn't spoil it for myself when it was leaked. What Cade says in that when he dies. So I want to know, and I'm gonna find out naturally in the story.
Yeah,
Wait,
yeah.
Cade dies?
Oh shit!
Uh-oh.
Spoilers. Sorry,
Well, now I
Gabble.
don't have to play it, right? Because that's the climax, right? That wouldn't happen at the
Yeah.
very beginning.
I have heard it
Fucking
happens at the very
uninstall.
beginning.
God damn it, Steve.
It better happen like first thing, like you load Forsaken and it's just the cutscene.
Bam!
Yeah.
Cade just dies.
Welcome to Forsaken.
Yeah. But yeah, story is what I'm going for first.
Gambit.
Always story. I'm gonna murder Aldrin. I just can't wait. I'm gonna go on a tear and then I'm gonna
I
rocket
expect
launch him in the
things are
face.
not
you
as they
though?
seem. I expect things are not as they seem.
Yeah, that's what I've heard too. And that's what I'm kind of thinking.
Can
Will we actually murder him in the campaign? I don't know. I don't.
I'm getting a
I want-
very Harry Potter Snape Dumbledore situation from this.
Yeah, I don't know
I-
that.
Can I
Really?
put out a thing here? So we found out about the Taken Techians.
Okay.
Yep, that was in a promo video, so that's not spoilers unless people are trying to go in blind.
Yeah, no, it's a promo video. But so people have been speculating that quite possibly the Queen could have something to do with this raid or something like that. And with these Techians that she has being taken, what if this is the Taken Queen?
But they might not be taken because we know that they've been Destiny 1, so it might just be them using that energy. They might not actually be taken.
I just want it to be that the Queen has become Taken, so that way people can be like, how people was like, oh yeah, this this Taken Queen update as they've been calling it, blah blah blah, like months ago, and they're like, haha, bitches, it really is the Taken Queen. What's up?
Also, I mean, Taken Techian is fun to say.
It is.
Takian.
Yeah, it is.
Takian, yeah.
Yeah.
It was funny. I was listening to DDU,
Yep.
and they said Takian,
Mhm.
but before they said it in my head, I was thinking they said Taken Techian, and I was like, huh, a Takian, and I like giggled to myself, and I was like, that's stupid, Ben. I was like, it's such a lame joke. And then they said it on the show and laughed at it, and I was like, oh, it wasn't lame.
Yeah. But so yeah, Gabble, what are you doing first in Forsaken?
Oh, story for sure.
Story.
Nobody's
No.
gonna hop into Gambit with me. I'm gonna
No,
be
because then I
Gambiting
might
by
not
myself.
leave.
I don't care. I will play that story weeks later. Gambit is all the rage. What I'm super excited for is the preload of the patch with the
Ooh.
weapon slot changes.
Yes.
I'm on vacation. And this vacation is going to my parents' house, who are pretty much just going to watch my kid because my parents live in a different state. So I'm going to stay with them for a week and do nothing except play Destiny
Nice.
and go on a couple of, fun afternoons and nights with my lady.
Yeah.
During the day, fuck it. Me and my dad play some Destiny. What up?
Yeah.
That's awesome.
I
Oh.
think we have one more question.
Yeah. Go ahead and ask it. Scat.
All right, I want to make sure I got this right because I asked him to clarify the other day.
Okay.
It is a question from our friend Gorilla Golf. He said,
Sweet.
hold on. I'm scrolling through. I'm scrolling through the old
Hey, Laz wants to know.
Discord stuff.
Laz wants to know Starbucks or Dunkin' Donuts or neither.
Neither.
I brew my own, motherfucker. Absolutely
Okay.
not.
If it's coffee, I'm getting Starbucks because I don't have a coffee maker because I very, very rarely drink coffee.
Mhm.
And if it's food, Dunkin', I guess.
Yeah. If I don't have my own
I
cold
hate
brew
Starbucks
made
food.
and I have to go to one of the two, it's Starbucks because Starbucks cold brew is miles better than Dunkin's cold brew.
Dunkin's coffee is trash, man. It's
if I
really
don't-
gross.
It'll do in a pinch. The thing is, if I
Dude,
don't
it's
have
on Taco
coffee,
Bell coffee level.
dude, the thing is, if I don't have coffee, violence will occur in the morning.
See, that's
Especially
called a
being
drug
a
addiction.
night.
It is a
It's-
drug
to
addiction,
caffeine.
for sure.
Look,
It is
Look.
exactly a drug addiction.
Yeah.
it's not it's not that I want that. It's just I want people to leave me alone in the mornings. Coffee makes it easier for me to deal with that, so it's not addiction.
Yeah, but when you
I
don't
don't
get the
need help.
coffee, that splitting headache you get at about one.
Yep.
So I thought that was
Addiction.
just from. I thought that was from. Actually, I don't get that anymore because I'm no longer sitting at a desk banging my head against it. Now I just bang my head against tools.
Just
Oh,
So
is
I-
that what makes
yeah.
my head hurt?
replace
Yeah.
replace coffee with like meth or coke or something like that, and it sounds exactly the same. Drug addiction.
I can have my
Uh,
fix.
Yeah.
Like it's
All right.
it's technically a drug, but it's the only one people don't yell at you for being addicted to.
I
Right.
yell at people all the time about it. What are you talking about? Give me my fucking coffee. I'll cut you.
Give me my fucking meth or I'll cut you. See?
All right. I got this question.
The
All
fucking
right.
drug
So
addict here.
this one is from Gorilla Golf. He says, if given the option, would you transplant your brain into a fully functional android where you can pretty much get the powers of RoboCop, but you feel and look exactly the same? Now, I asked him to clarify. I said, would you look the same as RoboCop, meaning you look like RoboCop, or is it all just one generic android design? And his response is, you would look very close to what you look like now, but it's obvious you're a robot. Boys, what do you say to this one?
I'm gonna
Do I have
say
a sense of touch? Like, can I
yes.
feel things?
This is my important question. Can you feel touch? Tactile sense.
I'm
Gavel
trying to
knows what
still
we're
bet.
getting at.
I want to still have sex because if the answer is no, it just changes the timeline. That's all.
Yeah.
It just makes it happen later.
Yeah.
Just waited 3 years.
Yeah.
Oh,
Because
man.
yes,
Yeah.
and if I look very similar to myself, yes. If I look like RoboCop in that scenario, also yes.
Yeah. So yeah.
What do you guys think about like a
Robo dick.
prosthetic arm? No, I
Oh
think
my
about
God, Steve, really? You didn't even wait to bring it up. You're just jumping at it.
What do we think about what?
Dude's over here.
Ben?
Did you hear me time stamping?
I almost spit water all over the place.
There you
when
go.
said
Ben's sending a clip to JC Jesse.
No, not sending a clip, just setting up a bleep.
No.
If it doesn't happen, damn it! Now I really gotta do it. No, I always think about like a Swiss arm, a Swiss Army arm. It's like a Swiss Army knife, but an arm.
Go gadget.
Oh, exactly.
Sorry.
Yeah, it's just Inspector Gadget, is what you're talking about.
Oh
Ben.
my God. Oh,
Oh my
that's
gosh.
twice. I'm not.
I would take a freaking Swiss arm, where Swiss Army arm, freaking like a blade the size of your forearm that you just pull out. And freaking, that'd be insane. You'd look like a Full Metal Alchemist kind of crap.
Yeah.
Here's my thing. I think I would go about it, but the whole Android like looking pretty much like you look like now, that's kind of creepy. That kind of creeps me out.
Yeah.
So I would probably go the route of like an EXO or something like that. And even if it's all one generic EXO design, that's fine because I have fucking spray paint and I can give myself war paint. I can spray like a Motorhead fucking, snaggletooth on the one shoulder and then the sick of it all dragging on like the side of the chest and start hash marking how many fucking Guardians I've dropped and
Yeah.
whatever, which wouldn't be a lot, so I'd probably go with raid bosses.
I
Here's
probably
the
want-
real question.
Yeah.
if you could be an exo, like if you could be like, all right, at some point, I'm gonna stop, like I'm gonna stop being technically me and become an exo, and I won't remember anything about my life, but I'll get to keep living forever because I'll be an exo.
Mhm.
Do you do it?
No.
That's. Do you mean like real life circumstances, or are we
Real
talking
life.
like? Fuck.
Yeah,
that's
I say no.
Not
That's
a
a tough
guardian.
one.
Like you become. Let's even say that you become a guardian.
Oh, that
Mm.
might change it.
Wait,
'Cause
what's the negative here?
You lose.
That
You're
you don't
basically
remember anything.
Yeah.
You basically just die.
You
Mm,
And
lose
you
your
don't know when it's
identity.
going to happen, and then you don't remember anything about your life now.
Because your identity is tied to your experience, your life experience. So without that life experience, you'll create a whole new identity, even though it's still your consciousness in the exo.
can I leave myself a note?
I mean,
Yeah.
nobody says you can't Anna Bray or Cade that crap.
Yeah.
Although a good point was brought to me. What thinks he was planted originally from? Yeah. No, I wouldn't. I actually no. You know what? That's gonna go back. Not yet. Not yet.
Not
yet.
yet scenario.
Yeah.
No. On the
See,
deathbed.
that's the problem. That's the problem. Is you don't get to pick when it happens.
Yeah. Mm.
Dude, I just watched a fucking Black Mirror episode about like transferring your consciousness into a device, and it was pretty fucked up. Anybody
Is
who
that
watches
the one
that?
where it was like people eventually like met up and like because it was a bunch of people that were dying or something?
No, that was season. Actually liked that episode. That was a good one. That was season 4. Or that was season 3. Season 4. There's one where basically it's the last episode, and they're going through a museum, and the example they use.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
I remember that
And-
one now. That was cool.
Yeah, so it's like one of the things. It like creates that moral quandary where it's like, you know, this person is responsive. They have like a device that allows them to say basically yes or no, or indicate yes or no with a red letter. This lady's in a coma, and more or less they implant through a series of events. They implant her consciousness in something, and it only allows yes or no answers. And later on in the episode, revealed by the guy, because the museum curator is telling the story about it, and you're seeing it like in a flashback it's happening, and it's saying like, yeah, basically the fucking government outlawed that unless it had to show a full range of emotion that you implant the consciousness into, because if it's only like yes or no, the people eventually go like crazy. And I'm watching this thing going, holy fuck. I'm like, this is terrifying.
Yeah.
Consciousness is
it's
terrifying.
It's also framed from a parent with their child, and it's just like, it was one of those things where it hit you. Oh my god.
Yeah. Did you watch Altered Carbon on Netflix?
Yes, that was that was a trip too.
That was pretty cool. Yeah.
Yeah. Hell yeah.
Well, having you on the show has been pretty cool.
Hey.
Indeed.
Well, anytime.
Thank you for coming on. I
Thank you, guys.
very much appreciate it. Why don't you tell people where they can find you, where they can find DGS, all that fun shit.
Yeah. They can find me on Twitter because I deleted all of their social media.
Oh, good on you, man.
Out of there. And DGS is on Twitter at DGhostStories, and is I think we still have DestinyGhostStories.com, but I think it might not be worth it. I don't know what's happening with that. So Twitter at DGhostStories.
All right.
Cool. Solid. And is a podcast on podcast services.
Yep.
Indeed. I forgot about that detail. Although I think we're officially just changing it to DGS. So if you search for the podcast, like on iTunes, if you search for Ghost Stories, you'll probably get actual podcasts about stories about ghosts.
Ooh.
Oh, so that one guy who gave you guys a 1-star review, that
Oh, we get tweeted at about as if we actual ghosts like once a month.
That's kind of funny.
Sometimes we'll like reply back to him and just sort of go along with it just for fun. Usually extra, I'll just be like, "Yeah, wrong show, buddy."
Wow.
Love it.
Nice.
Steve, where can people find you?
You can find me at Xanafan711 everywhere. You find Badslit Lore at Badslit Lore on Twitter. And Monday nights, 6 to 10 Eastern, Planet Destiny.
Nice. Scott.
You can find me at Slapshot Scott. The O's are 0. Twitter, Twitch, YouTube. Shout out to Fluffy. I will be on an upcoming episode of the Potato Thumb. Don't want to get too far into it, but we talked about it a little more. I'm pretty hyped. It's going to be awesome. And thanks to Gabble for coming on the show. DGS was actually one of my first experiences with the Destiny community as a whole. If it wasn't for you guys, I don't know that I'd still. So, thanks for coming on. And I guess I'll see everybody in Discord. So get in Discord. I'll tell if somebody tags me and asks me, I'll tell the crazy story I mentioned on Twitter earlier this week. I know Steve. I told him. I said, remind me in Discord. I'll tell him sometime. But we'll save that. See if anybody comes and tag. Hey. So,
Yeah.
I'm about to do that. I'm about to tag him.
You don't count. You're already there.
Get in the Discord. Do it by going to barelyads.com and clicking on the little Discord link. Remember, you can send us emails. Send it to barelyadestinyshow@gmail.com, or you can send us a DM on Twitter. You can add us on Twitter at barelyads. Band of the week this week is going to be mentioned after I say that you can find me everywhere at Ben Malone. Backtalkmusic.bandcamp.com. The band of the week is Backtalk. But actually, smallmammal.bandcamp.com. Remember, support this small record label.
Do it.
And I need to express this, okay? You may feel like I don't want to give money to this record label. I'd rather just give money to this band specifically. Here's the thing, okay? This dude puts his own money into backing these bands to get their vinyls and crap like that.
Yeah. He's losing money.
He's going out of pocket to make sure that these bands can get merch to take on tour and shit like that. And investing in these bands. So invest in this guy. Okay? Smallmammal.bandcamp.com. Or hold on 1 second. I gotta find the Twitter. I'm gonna put it in the show notes. Gotta put the link, but this guy is actually killing it. It is at Small Mammal Rex, RECS. Okay?
Follow him.
So go check it out. It's a really cool guy who runs that thing. Good buddy of mine. And he's really doing a lot. So that's it. That's the show. Get out of here.
Show.
Be gonst with you.
Yeah.
I put an ST on it. What if that's how we ended the show?
It's
all right,
not,
show's
though.
over. Be gone.
Hey, y'all. Be the light you want to see in others.
Be gone. All right, let's do a clap.
All right.
End clap.
All
Let's
right.
do it.
1, 2, 3.
Dope.
Hey, everybody in chat, give a little clap.
Hey, chat, stick around. We're going to raid Focus Fire chat. Send them
are they
the
doing their shit
love.
right now?
Yep. So say hi to Focus Fire chat. Say Bad's raid. Give those guys all the love. They're doing great work.
It's true.
Yeah. They're probably doing their top 3 right now.
Barons of the Scorn.
Yeah.
Oh, it's a Prime original thing. Jim Halpert is Tom Clancy. What is this? The Division meets the guy from The Wire. I'm trying
Alright,
to
I'm gonna
save
stop
your
recording.
daughter, Jack Ryan. Tom Clancy. Stream now.
All
All right,
right.
I'm
Bye,
gonna stop.
everybody. Thanks for hanging out. I love you.
See you guys.